Hello, everyone.
Live.
Welcome back to the Ghost River Triangle Con panel circuit, I guess you could say. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're returning after the first few, welcome back. It is my absolute honor and pleasure to introduce the cast and showrunner of Wynonna Earp. You love them. I love them. We all know them. I will try to go through everyone's name really quickly because I know we don't have too much time, but I'm about to soldier through it. So first we have showrunner Emily Andras. We have Kate Drummond, Michael Eklund, Tamara Duarte, Dani Kind, Greg Lawson, Martina Ortiz Luis, Meghan Heffern, Natalie Krill, Rayisa Kondracki, and Varun Saranga. And I would also like to introduce our ASL interpreter, Shelly McAllister. Welcome,
Shelley.
everybody.
Hey, Shelly.
Thank you.
We're just gonna wave this whole time.
Good luck,
Yes.
Shelly. I love you.
It's gonna be a
Leave it to
screen
Shelly.
grab at
Good
one
luck.
point. You wanna be like,
I know.
So, first things first, congratulations on the premiere last night. It was, the way I've been describing it is
You can
chaotic,
say it. Insane.
chaotic, unexpected greatness is the way I've been explaining it.
Wow.
So congratulations on that. I think what we're gonna do is, I'm curious if everyone here in one word, if you can, one or two words, describe what your experience on Wynonna Earp has been like or was like.
Horny.
Did you say
Right
horny?
off the bat.
Horny?
Horny, and I said it right out loud.
Fuck, I can't top that. Panel over.
panel over.
Yep, alright, so great seeing everyone. See you all later.
Hi, stay horny.
Stay horny.
We all
Are you
say
gonna
horny.
elaborate, Greg, or just want to keep it
No,
at
it's
that?
a one-word answer. That's what we were
Yeah,
told.
you're right.
One
Okay,
word, that's all you
valid.
get.
Fair.
I like that Greg doesn't need a second word. It's like,
You know?
nope, it's the whole thing.
See.
Mind blowing.
Oh, good.
Nice, very good.
Well, that's two words, though.
It's hyphenated.
I'm gonna say bloody.
bloody.
Nice.
Yeah, mine's been pretty bloody.
Oh, I thought you said slutty.
I'm not talking about my personal life. I'm talking about the experience of the show, and it has been bloody.
Bloody.
I have my own slutty panel later. I'll send out the link.
It's private.
Coconut oil.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Now
Natalie.
that's two words.
True.
How
Right,
many
Greg?
words are we allowed?
I've given up keeping count. If you guys aren't going to follow the rules, then I could have had two words.
Super horny. Yours would have been super horny. Yeah, two words.
The word that just keeps popping in my head is memorable because I look back on it all and I just keep
Yeah.
thinking of all your faces on here and just like thinking about the memories of everything. And I just had a blast working on this show with all of you.
Aw.
I know it's a boring word. It's not as good as coconut oil and horny, but memorable.
Yeah.
I miss you all. I miss
Miss
you all.
you too.
Miss you.
Miss you too, Michael. I'm
It's
really
all
sorry.
gone
that
downhill. It's all gone downhill.
I'm really sorry Nedley and Bobo didn't have something together.
I always wanted to have a Nedley scene.
Nedley and Bobo.
Guys,
You could
So I
make
think
fun
you
of
would keep me on-
Nedley's name. I could make fun of your name.
I think you would keep me on my toes. You would keep me on my toes.
You guys
in
would
the
be Bodley.
ooh,
Bodley.
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 Yes.
I
Has
would read
anybody-
that fan fiction. I would read that fan fiction.
Has a character ever on the show accused you of being named after a clown?
Bobo.
Right?
Bobo,
Not to his face. Not to his face.
Bobo the clown.
No, I took the word Bobo the clown and made it cool.
Yeah, you I agree.
Clowns are scary.
You rebooted Bobo as a name.
No one will ever say Bobo again the same way.
So many baby boys now named Bobo.
They're not mine.
You're pretty quick to say that. No, just kidding.
I don't know where I've been.
How about Martina?
guess,
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say similar to Michael. I don't know. Joyous definitely comes to mind. It's just like always. I don't know. It's just so fun. It's always so fun, and doing this kind of stuff is always just so fun. I don't know. I laugh so much with all these people. Even like, I wish all of you could have seen our preamble before the panel went on. We're just talking all this randomness. There's such an ease with this group that I don't think you get anywhere else. It's always celebratory. So
Yeah, mine's pretty boring. I would say I was gonna say laughter or like home. Like when I would travel to Calgary, I'd be like, oh, like it just felt like everyone's so welcoming and so inclusive, and it just felt like home. Yeah. Or I mean,
That's a good one. That's a good word.
I think mine is, I mean, I was going to say salty, but fun. I don't think I'll ever get to shoot an Uzi and wear 20-inch heels and designer McQueen and, you know, learn a new language. So definitely fun.
Yeah, I would say gratifying. Just like for me professionally, I've just never, and personally, just never had an experience like this. Like, I just can't express how unique it is to have a group of people like this who are all such lovely people inside and out, so talented. We all do get along. We have so much fun, and you guys are just always so up for like whatever shows up on the page. I just think I never will have an experience like this again. I don't think.
I don't think any of us will.
Yeah. And horny. And horny.
And horny.
Yeah. That goes without saying. All of us.
Yeah, everything has a
horny.
subtext of horny.
Yeah, everything is horny. Everything we say.
all a little pent up.
That's how I describe everything. Yeah.
That's true.
And did everyone say it? I'm just so enamored by you all.
No, Martina.
Yeah.
What's your word, Martina?
Well, I think everyone took some really good words. I mean, it is, I was going to say fun, but then Varun said it. Tamara said inclusive, which is, I think, yeah. And my original word will be chaotic.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's a good one.
Megs, what's your word? Oh, my word? I take all of your words because they were all amazing, and I add delicious.
Ooh.
Nice.
That definitely is in the stream of horny.
Just for me, can you take all of our words and put them in a sentence?
Delicious, horny group of amazing, joyous,
ooh,
chaotic,
memorable
people.
Covered in coconut oil.
Coconut oil. Very hydrated. Very hydrated.
Fantastic. One of the things that I think brings so many people and draws so many people to the show is the concept of chosen family and found family. Emily, I just want to hear you touch upon that for a little bit. How, particularly, I think folks in like the queer community, especially, that found family and that chosen family is so important. Why was it so important to you to bring that into the show?
Yeah, Bernie, I think like you kind of summarized it. I think like I personally have always felt like an underdog. I love my family, but I don't know if I ever really felt entirely comfortable anywhere, or like I had a home. Not in a weird way, just I've always felt kind of like an outsider. So I'm really interested in underdogs and people who maybe are trying to find their way and define who they are. For my own involvement and the LGBTQ community, I just think that's the joy of genre in particular, and maybe Wynonna Earp as well specifically, is that you can build your own family, you can find your own people, you know, you can define your gang and who has your back. So yeah, it's a theme that runs through all my work, I think.
Absolutely.
Did I cut out?
On the subject of family, if you were to describe your character as a member of the family, you're all one big family. If you could say if you're like the sister-in-law or the grandfather or the mom or I'm curious how each of you would describe your character within the family.
I think I'd be like the drunk aunt.
I have one of those.
Yeah, that shows up at everything, just gets wasted like too soon and is like too much. And when she's coming, everyone's like, "Oh, fucking here comes Aunt Doreen again," or like whatever. Like, I think that's what Mercedes would be.
Yeah, I'll be the nephew with possibly ADHD. You know, just like running around causing trouble, being annoying a bit.
I think I'd be like one of the best friends that ends up like, you know, sleeping with like a groomsman on their wedding day or something like that.
Nice.
Like that friend. You just don't know what's gonna happen.
I think Beth is just the middle sister who never got enough attention. Much like Beth in the show.
Oh. His Bobo would be the mysterious crazy uncle.
Dani?
The babysitter uncle.
Oh, the babysitter.
Falls asleep and lets them like fall off.
Everybody wants to be the crazy uncle or the crazy aunt.
I raised them in a treehouse.
I mean, I think I would probably just be the annoying
Natalie
little
and
sister.
I put her in the treehouse.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Martina, what?
Oh, I just said I think I would be the annoying little sister that just wants to be like everyone else.
Aww.
But annoying.
Yeah.
I think Nedley's kind of a fatherly fella, but it's interesting what about the inclusiveness and you know, I've never really looked upon Nedley as just being an enforcer of the law. I see him as kind of a referee for a small town. Like if he was at a party and someone was standing in a corner and wasn't talking to anybody, I think Nedley would go over and try to help them welcome them into the community. So there's kind of that element to him as well. More of a not just a protector, but a facilitator, a good host.
Where does the horniness come in though? Like, are you like the horny dad?
Yeah, exactly.
That, like, friends come over and you're like, where's your other friend with the fat ass? Or like,
no, I was just talking about me. I didn't know we were talking about characters.
Oh, okay.
That's just me. I use that word to describe everything. You know,
you heard it here,
Captain
folks.
Crunch is so horny. You know,
Never eat that cereal.
Greg.
Well, I think if Greg's dad, then, you know, there's soccer moms and then there's witch moms. And you might not want me picking y'all up from school in that pink car, but if someone bullies you, I'll literally shoot them down with an Uzi.
Yeah.
Mama. Crazy mama.
Yeah, I think I'm probably the favorite daughter who was like, you know, the star student, the star athlete, and then she got into drugs and like dropped out of school, and maybe she got knocked up, but you know, she's
you're the one that got away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's living the fast life now.
Oh. I think based on Locato, she's either adopted into the family, or she's like that she's that goody two shoes, annoying one that is at the family party that you don't want to have fun around because she's like gonna say, "Are we being too loud? Shouldn't we be a little quieter?" I feel like she's this sort of stick in the mud relative, and I don't know where that could be any relative, like oldest sister, like oldest daughter. I don't know, something like that. I think
Mother-in-law. That you don't want to see.
mother-in-law. Yeah.
The stickler
like
mother-in-law.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Great family.
Just one big family is what all of the Earpers are, and how everyone sees this show. And something that I have noticed is that legacy is taking a really big part in this season in particular. What we leave behind, who we want to be known as. For each of you, and Emily, for you, for the show, what do you want your character's legacy to be?
Great question. Someone else go.
What do you want your legacy to be?
I was talking earlier about how I think some of my favorite scenes that I got to do were with Mel, because as out there and as drag queeny as I feel playing Mercedes sometimes, those were some of the most like grounded moments I got to have. And I think that would be a legacy I would like to leave behind for her, is that it doesn't matter what kind of woman that you are or that you're leading with, that vulnerability and heart still lives in you, and that connection to other women that may not be like you or so different from you is still possible. I think that's one of the things I love most about playing her.
I think for me, it's been so amazing that the show has spoke to so many people, and like, I would very much like to come to your house, and in 50 years when we're having a convention in your small town, an Earp convention, I hope we can Earp together forever. I think just the legacy of the show, it would be awesome if it's like lasts for 1,000 years like Shakespeare. Probably will. No. But more than that, I really hope, the thing about legacy is it's actually more important how you live your life right now and what it inspires you to do to the people who are actually around you. I think that's the story of Wyatt Earp, right? Is like, he has this like legacy as the greatest gunslinger who ever lived, but he's kind of a jerk, or a victim of circumstance. And what it's about is how you live your life now. And I hope for the Earpers, that's what you take from the show, is that you take this kindness and these feelings of joy and belonging and inclusivity, and you just make a choice to be a little bit kinder than you need to be, and a little bit more tolerant than you need to be, and also just do not take any shit from anyone who's up in your face either, in the moment. But I think for me, I don't know about legacy, but I want my right now. I want people to think we did the best we could with this show, and that we inspired you and made you feel joy.
Absolutely. So I just got word that we have to wrap it up a little bit. So all at the same time, what would you like your character's legacy to be for folks who have not gone yet?
Horny.
Kelly.
We were supposed to do that at the same time.
I mean, I think Beth is definitely horny. I think that tracks.
Yeah, I agree.
I think inclusivity.
Definitely.
With Rosita. Definitely. With the nuns over there.
You know, standing for what you believe in. Standing up for those who need to have backup.
Natalie's been retired for so long. He's been trying to retire. I always like to think maybe it's just the actor in me, hoping for something awesome, for some unfinished business. Like I hate to think of Natalie just sort of fading off into a rocking chair. People I know that retire, they always do a 180. For some reason, they rejuvenate themselves and go back and try to finish some unfinished business they got, or.
You know, there's one word that pops in my head when I think of the show, and whenever we do these, it makes me like go back in time. And like one word that we haven't said is, I think every character's touched on it, is it's romantic. You know, this is a very romantic show. I think there's so much love in it. Even with, you know, if you look at Doc and Wynonna, or there was even, you know, obviously the Way Hot storyline, but even with Bobo and Willa, there was always romance. There was always like, I'm going with romance.
Nothing like a little
Romance.
treehouse romance, guys.
That's right.
Romance is awesome. Another
You got
word for
horny,
that might
Greg.
be-
You're horny.
Another
We're
word
all
for that might
romantic.
be.
Rayisa, what were you gonna say? You had something.
I was gonna say strength, and I think, you know, I remember when I got the audition, I thought, I can't play this part. I've never played a part like that before. And when I met Michael and he was in costume and I hadn't been, you know, fitted yet for anything, and then I just think it's really cool that to kind of get in touch with the strength that everyone has within themselves, and then decide where and when you want to use it.
It's stuck on your high heel.
That's romantic.
That's romance.
Yeah.
I think mine would be that you're not defined by the decisions that you make in your life. You know, you can make some bad decisions, and you can come back from that. I think that is an important, because sometimes I think in general, like, you know, you make a bad decision in your life and then you define yourself by that for years to come. And I think it's just, I think I want Rosita to be remembered as someone that, yeah, something happens, or you make a bad decision, and then you can kind of redefine yourself and be better and grow and have a growth mindset. And that's something that I think that I would want for that legacy to go on.
Absolutely. Duarte.
Nah.
Yeah. Just like choose love when everything else that happens, like you said, the decisions and the whether we're liked or not liked in the final moments.
Yeah.
I think that's when it defines you. It's like, will you choose love over ego, over self, over, you know, and I don't mean like that sort of philosophical thing, but like just choose love. And I think Lakato, especially in the final moments, chose to protect versus destroy, you know. Love.
Absolutely.
Love.
Rosita chose nuns. It's all good.
It's great.
And Martina, what about Rachel?
Honestly, I feel like so many people said such great things that, like, I don't really have an answer. Also, my dog is just like barking constantly, so I'm like completely distracted right now.
It's all good.
All good.
What's the name of your pooch? What's the name of your dog?
Her name is Star. She's
Oh.
little. Yeah, she
Star.
sounds like an angel, but she's.
Well, I want to thank every single one of you for joining me for this panel. Thank you to everyone who is in the chat who has just been showering love upon every single cast member here. I want to thank Shelly for doing the ASL interpretation.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shelly.
Thank you.
And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your con weekend. We'll have more cast panels tomorrow, and stay tuned for more fan panels coming up. Thank you all again so much, truly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Having a
Thanks,
blast.
everybody.